Sir, thank you so much for being here in Zona Franca channel. My name is Alexander, and something that I do is try to promote the metal music in the Peruvian community. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Sure, I'm John Gallagher from the band Raven.
It's a pleasure, Sir John. Can you tell us, maybe in short words, how the band was created?
Okay, well, myself and my brother come from right where I am now, which is Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. And, pretty tough, blue collar, hard working, factory, digging for coal, those kinds of area, right? So we basically loved watching the bands on the one TV show that had music on back in the day, Top of the Pops. And in the early 70s, it was Slade and Sweets and Status Quo. And, earlier than that, you'd sometimes see Deep Purple, even Black Sabbath were on, and we loved all that. So my brother came up to me one day in 1974 and said, "Hey, we're going to form a band. You can play the bass." Okay, let's go. What do we do now? Well, first we have to buy instruments. So, and we had no money, so we begged our parents to buy us cheap electrics for Christmas, and we spent the next year learning how to play, and played our first show a year later in December 75. And, we went through a lot of drummers, and over the years we started playing the pubs, and there was these things which are still here now called working men's clubs, where they would have rock music and they'd also play bingo. And they'd be a member and get cheap beer, so that we were the entertainment, and we'd go out and play cover tunes, the Judas Priest, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, whatever. And, some of our originals we'd sneak in as well. And we basically did that until 1980, when a guy who was managing the Tigers of Pantang came up to us and said, "Hey, would you like to do a single for Neat Records?" Which was a local, very small local label here in the northeast of England. So, it's equivalent to if you had a rock band at Machu Picchu and all the record companies were in Lima, right? So that's where we were. We were, a million miles away from London, where everything was happening. So we were very lucky that this happened. We put a single out and a lot of people loved it. And, within a space of 4 months, we went from playing the clubs to playing with Ozzy Osbourne and Iron Maiden and Whitesnake and Motorhead and things like that. And it just, gradually took off from there.
And after, I will say, more than like 30 years in the music industry, how do you feel nowadays Raven, your band, is treated by the fans? How do you feel that?
I feel right now we're getting an awful lot of respect. I mean, this year is our 50th anniversary, so that really means something. There's very few bands of any description. Somebody sent me a list, and it was the bands that had been together the longest. And it had Aerosmith and ZZ Top and the Rolling Stones, and we were on the list.
Oh,
this
nice.
Was like the top 20, and it's just like, wow, it really hit home, It's like, wow. Because, when we started, there was a lot of bands started at the same time of us, and an awful lot of them are long gone, and we just kept going. And I think people appreciate that. They appreciate the hard work ethic we've always had. And, to us, we play better than ever. We've got a better than ever live show, and we're making better records than we ever have. So it's a golden era for us. It's great.
I bet. And of course, there's gonna be a time, I think, for all the musicians and artists that hopefully you don't, but you're gonna stop, like, maybe doing music and have more time with your family, relatives. When that time is gonna come, what is the legacy that you would like to leave to the fans?
Just that we were a band that were real. and we were entertaining, and we were fun, and we made some good music. You know, it's the funny thing about music. A lot of people treat it like a competition, like the Olympics, and it really isn't. It's like a spectrum. There's all different colors, and not one color is better than the other one. You know, all the colors are good. We're just one of those colors. We're out there doing our thing. We do our thing. It's a little different from everyone else, and that'll be the legacy. But like I say, we have no intention of slowing down. We just want to get out there and do more. There's a lot more music in our brains and in our hands, and we'll be doing it.
And are you a full-time, let's say, musician, or you, besides being a musician, have a normal job?
No, I had a normal job for a long time, because when my kids were younger, I had to provide for them. And that was right during the time of new metal and grunge and all that, so there wasn't a lot of money coming in. But no, this is what I do. Same with Mark, same with Mike. That's what we do. We play music. Yeah.
And there's a time in all your musician career that you would like to do it again, like to repeat it? Maybe a special concert, or I don't know, any special moment you would like to repeat it?
No, not really. Because it's like one of those things, like looking back, there's lots of great moments in our career, and there's a few bad ones too, obviously. You know, that's life. It's up and down. And, you know, people will say, would you like to go back and change this or this?
Yes.
I'm not saying no, because the things that happened made us get to where we are now. And we're in a good place now, you know. We still have aspirations. We still want to move forward. We have a bucket list. We want to do this. You know, one of them was playing Peru. We're going to play Peru. And that's a good thing, you know. And we love playing places for the first time and meeting new people, because then you get a fresh, honest reaction. You know, it's always really good. And there's a lot of places we haven't played, and amazingly enough, in all these years. So we have a long list of places to go to and do that. So we just, you know, we're blessed. We're very lucky to be where we are, to have done what we've done. And we just look forward and hopefully reach some new horizons and do some new stuff. It's pretty exciting, you know.
Now, talking about coming to Peru for the first time, what us as a fans of you are expecting for you guys the day of the concert?
Well, we're going to go there and rock your socks off. We're going to knock your heads off, basically. You know, we've always had a reputation as a wild live band.
Yes, that's true.
And, you know, there's a lot of bands that when they get to our age, I mean, you know, I'm middle 60s at this point. My brother's just behind me. And, you know, Mike's younger. Mike's in his 40s. But there's a lot of bands, you know, they'll turn down a little bit, they'll play a little slower. We're not like that. We're playing faster and louder and crazier. And I know that people from Peru will appreciate that, because we know just from playing Brazil and playing Ecuador and playing Argentina, there's a spirit in the South American people. There's a lot of heart, a lot of passion. And we plug right into that, and that's a great thing. And I'm sure Peru, they're going to be crazier than everybody else.
We will. Now, sir, this question that I'm gonna ask you, I do to all the bands, all the artists, and you have to be very honest, okay?
Yeah.
If you have one day left on the earth, with which artist, dead or alive, and what song, not only metal, can be rock, pop, jazz, blues, whatever, would you like to play with?
Oh dear. Too many. Be nice to sit in with Jimi Hendrix. That'd be cool. I'd happily let him bang away on Voodoo Child or whatever. That would be cool.
I like it. Any advices or suggestions that you would like to give to the new bands that are all coming up nowadays?
Stay passionate and do it because you love it. Don't do it thinking you're going to get money or girls or drink or drugs, because you may get those things, but those things get in the way. You got to do it for the love of the music. If we didn't do it for the love of the music, we probably wouldn't be doing it. It's, you know, the hours of a musician doing what we do are crazy. I mean, we did this last tour there. We had the airlines lost our bags. We had to take like 3 hours sleep and then get in a van and drive 7 hours to try and get the bags back, and those kind of things. Crazy. Nobody would do them. You try to get somebody in a regular job to go, okay, I need you to get up at 3 o'clock and drive, to the other end of the country. No, you're not going to do that. But we have the passion, and it's what we need to do to get to the next show, play the next show, and we're going to do that. So do that, and also listen to a lot of bands. There's a bunch of young bands, and they might say, oh, my favorite band is Metallica, or my favorite band is Slayer, or Sepultura, and that's all they listen to. So what's their music going to sound like? It's going to sound like a watered down version of that band. So listen to a lot. We were very lucky when we were kids, because our town had a small hall, but in that small hall, what would I say? Slade, Alex Harvey, Wishbone Ash, Status Quo, Ian Gillan, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, Status Quo, Judas Priest, UFO, Budgie. All these bands, they were all rock bands, but they were all different, and a little bit of all that sunk in. If you just listen to one thing, there's no variety. And of course we listen to jazz rock and classical, and there's something of merit in all the different musics. So be open-minded. Try to play along with the cartoons on TV. They have the craziest music you've ever heard.
That's true.
So try to open your mind and try. It'll take time, but keep writing songs. Try to be original. Try to develop your own thing. It's easy to copy someone. It's hard to come up with your own thing. So try and do that.
I like that. It's easy to copy someone, but hard to. I like that phrase. That was a really good one.
And it doesn't matter how complicated or simple your music is. There is room. You can come up with your own take on it. You can.
And for example, this is just the last question. If you have one wish in order to change something in the music, specific metal industry, what would you change in order to make it better?
Get rid of Spotify.
Get rid of Spotify.
Bye Spotify. It's been nice to know you. Thank you.
Well, sir,
that way a lot of people would make a little money that they deserve.
I know.
That's the whole thing with the we've came through that change. The internet is the greatest thing ever, and it's also the great Satan. It can be a terrible thing too. But you want to go listen to music of some band, you can, in seconds, anything. It's all there. It's all there. And that part is great. And for us to contact people like yourself, and the fans, it's amazing. So we try to concentrate on the good stuff.
Yeah, of course. Well, sir, thank you really so much for this interview. I cannot wait for you to be here. Would you like to invite all the Peruvian fans for the day of the concert, please?
I've got what day is the concert?
It's September 27th.
September 27th.
Yeah.
In Lima, Peru. We are looking forward to it. People, come on down. You're going to have a great time. We're going to show you some real heavy metal, the real deal. And if you don't, I know where you live, and I'm coming to get you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Actually, I would like to give you a share from the channel Zona Franca, if that is possible to you.
Oh yeah, please bring it down. That'd be great. And I hope we see you there.
Of
Yeah,
course,
come on.
I
Come on.
must to be there. Of course, sir. Well, sir, thank you so much. Have a nice Sunday over there. God bless you and see you the day of the concert.
Thank you. And thanks to everyone out there. We'll see you very soon.
Thank you, my friend.